In this video, I'm going to show you how to fix blur patches in your focus stacks and how to fix moving parts such as situations like this ant in this photo. Blur patches are probably the most common artifacts, and they could show up in your stacks if you missed a frame when you were taking the photos. But sometimes, even if you have a good stack with all the parts you want in focus, the stack will still come out with some blur patches. If your subject or something in the frame moved while you were taking the photos, then that movement will show in the stacked image, and that's what happened with this ant. Just expect some kind of artifact if you use Photoshop, because it's not the best when it comes to stacking, but these artifacts can be fixed, and I will show you how. The first thing I do is, once I stack the image, I will then save the photo as a JPEG, and then open up the saved image along with all the photos that were in the stack individually. Once I have everything up, I will look through everything to figure out where I'm going to start at. The tool I will be using a lot of in this video is the clone stamp tool. The clone stamp tool will let you copy exact detail from one frame to another, and that is how I will be fixing artifacts in this video. But before you begin clone stamping, make sure your brush is set to the right settings. Make sure the brush you are using is the soft round brush with your hardness at 0% and your spacing at 25%. For this pick, I decided to start off by fixing the ant first, and to do this, I need to find the frame where the ant is the sharpest in, and once I find the frame, I'll then zoom into the single shot frame to find a spot to copy a stamp from, and when I find an area, I will copy a stamp from the image and paste it onto the main image, but it is important to align it almost perfectly when you're doing this. Next, I want to fill in these blur patches on this petal, and I do this basically the same way. I find the frame with those parts in focus and then look for an area on the single shot to copy from. Was a little tough at first for me to find a good area to copy a stamp from, but I eventually found this little area here that was sharp on the main image and the single image. Just repeat this process for filling in those blur patches on your image, but this can be a very long and tedious process depending on your photo. Fixing all the artifacts in this picture took me roughly 2.5 hours. Started this edit off by making some minor adjustments in Camera Raw filter. Next, I will go over to selective color, which is one of my favorite tools in Photoshop because you can modify a specific color without it affecting the other colors in your photo. I use it for every photo I edit, and for this photo, I wanted to adjust the greens and have them on the cooler side to make the yellow flower head stand out a little more. And something I do for a lot of my macro photos nowadays is I will paint some light in. I do this because I just feel like doing this makes for more interesting photos sometimes, rather than a picture with a plain background. For this photo, I noticed a lighter spot in between the two flowers at the top of the image, so that's where I was going to have the light come from. I'll then paint the opposite side a dark gray for contrast. Added a few yellow layers on this one to tone down the whites because I feel like they were too bright. After that, I will apply some noise deduction to the background because adding all those layers always adds a lot of noise to the background. Once that's done, I will make a few small adjustments and that's it. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope it was helpful as well. Fixing artifacts can be a very time-consuming task, and I honestly hate doing it sometimes because of that reason. But if you like this video, then make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this. And for my next videos covering this topic, I will go over how I fix antennas, leg movement, and hairs. So stay tuned for those videos in the near future. I'll catch y'all in the next one.